Hey everybody in Facebook land. Sorry we are about 5 minutes late. For some reason it was saying it couldn't see my camera because, you know, live. So I am waiting for this to go live and see a couple people on. And then we will start. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna give it a minute. Hey, Stacey and Jessica. All right, one more minute and we'll see if anybody else joins. Otherwise, we're gonna start and people can watch the recording of how to make a solar oven. This is how I see what they're seeing. All right, so we are making a solar oven today, guys. So what I have here is a pizza solar oven. I've been doing these for a couple years, and I tried it out again yesterday just to double check how it's going. So this is what we are making. Summertime is the perfect time to do solar ovens because it's nice and sunny most of the days, right? At least in North America where the most of us are, and in Central Texas where our council is. So again, I am Program Ranger Shea. I am with Capital Area Council Boy Scouts of America in Central Texas. And we are doing a ton of really fun content on our Facebook page, Tech Lab Austin STEAM Camp. So go check out the Facebook page. That's where you probably went to get access to this event and check out all of our other fun things, including our really awesome virtual summer camps that we're running this year. So, solar ovens. All right. So I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to show you how it works, and then we're going to make one. All right. So the way a solar oven works, I drew a picture. Let's see. All right, make my camera taller. All right, here's our solar oven box, okay? So here's your box. All right, here it is, pictured. Oh no, it's coming open. This black part is the aluminum foil, okay? And then the part down here. So the parts of your solar box are your pizza box, okay? Then on the top, we're gonna put clear not contact paper, clear like cling foil, that stuff that you put over like vegetables or leftovers to make it stay nice, okay? Inside we have some black paper, where I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do newspaper on the inside, and then a ruler, and this is part of the box, and aluminum foil, okay? So what happens is, as your box is sitting outside, okay, you have an aluminum foil right here that's going to reflect light. So you've got it outside, right? And you've got the sun rays coming down, going in to your box. But it's also, instead of losing some of these sun rays, you're going to catch some of them with the aluminum foil. It's going to bounce off of the aluminum foil and in to your solar oven. So here's the sun bouncing off the aluminum foil in to the inside where your food is, okay? Now, the clear cling wrap on top is going to trap the air that's inside, okay? For the most part, it's gonna trap a lot of it. It's not completely airtight, but a lot of it is gonna be trapped in there. And what's gonna happen is, as these sun rays go in, they're gonna heat up this air that's in here, okay? So here's your little air molecules in here, and they're getting hotter and hotter as the sun rays are either going in through this cling wrap or intensifying and bouncing off the aluminum foil and getting hotter and hotter and hotter, okay? Underneath, the other thing that's happening is you have black paper on the bottom, which you're gonna see, and that's also going to hold the heat that's also collected inside there. So you're kind of making a little box of like a heat box, an oven, right? So that is what we're making today. So that's how it works, is the sun rays are coming in, heating up the air molecules that are trapped inside your box and also reflecting off this aluminum foil, okay? So let's make a solar oven using a pizza box. So if you have one with you today, then awesome. And if not, then you can learn how. Oh, I need it lower. You can learn how and do it later, okay? All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your pizza box. Great excuse to not cook a couple nights ago because I needed a pizza box, right? So I had to order pizza. Oh, it was so sad. My family was so sad to order pizza. No, we love pizza at this house. I've got a house of 4 boys and we really like pizza. So you're going to close your pizza box up. Then with your adult person's help, or your adult person may want to do this themselves, you're going to draw a square on your pizza box, okay? A pretty big square, but you still need the sides of the top. So I'm going to go about 2 inches in, all the way around, and draw my square. Do you guys see that? See how I still have part of the top of the box? Because now I'm going to cut this middle all the way off with my knife. Okay, so you could use a box cutter or a knife. I'm using a serrated knife. Can you guys see how this knife will cut through cardboard really well because it has these little bumps on the knife. It's serrated. Okay, so I'm going to stick it in 1/4 and I'm going to cut it out. Let me move this camera down lower where you guys can see more what I'm doing on my table. All right, here we go. Now be careful, right? Because a knife is a tool, not a toy. And I'm not going to be silly with my knife because I'm going to use it as a tool. And again, you probably want your adult person's help with this part. I'm kind of have to hold the box steady because it wants to move around as I'm going up and down and cutting my box. Then I'm going to turn. See how it's trying to give way? I'm going to have to hold it up better. And those little serrated parts is what's helping to grab that cardboard and cut it. And one last cut. Now I've got this part. I've got one more to go. All right, I'm done with my knife, so I'm going to put it somewhere safe. Now I have the top part of my box off, okay? I'm going to set the box part aside, and I'm going to take the part I cut off, okay? And I'm going to wrap this in an aluminum foil and then tape it down. So I've got aluminum foil, and I found one that was just a little bit bigger than my box, so it should be perfect. And you don't have to go around both sides. Just one side needs to go around really well. Now, notice on your aluminum foil, guys, there is a dull side and a shiny side. Let's see if you can see that with my lamp. It's not, you can't see it very good, but at your house, you'll be able to see a shiny side and the dull side. The dull side, or the non-shiny side, goes on your cardboard, and the shiny side needs to come up so that it can reflect those solar beams, right off and back into that box. The shinier the side, the more reflective it is. So see how I wrapped it, then I flipped it over, and now I'm going to take some tape and tape it down. I'm using packaging tape. You could use Scotch tape or painter's tape, really, duct tape, whatever kind of tape you have. All right, I'm going to cut it. You could use scissors to cut it. You don't always want to use your mouth, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to snap it and cut it with my mouth. All right, so I'm done with this part. All I needed to do was put the aluminum foil on one side. Now see the other side? It's just taped, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be all the way around. Just one side needs to be nice and shiny. All right, that part's done. Next, you are going to take your box, and you need some really dark paper, preferably black paper. So I've got, excuse me, some black, really heavy paper here. And the reason you use black is black absorbs heat. That color absorbs heat. If you ever notice, in the summertime or on a sunny day, if you're wearing a black shirt, am I going too fast? I will slow down. If you're wearing a black shirt, then you get a little bit hotter because your black shirt is absorbing that heat and keeping that heat on you. So this black paper inside of your box oven is going to help keep that heat inside your oven and then keep the heat in there so that it can heat up your food. So you're going to take your papers and put them so that you have your entire bottom covered, and I'll show you in a second. So I have 2 so far that I'm going to tape down, and then I have just this little strip. So I'm going to cut a piece of the paper so I don't have to use the whole paper to be smaller. So one way, because I don't have really good scissors on me, is I'm going to fold it in half. I'm actually going to use my fingernails, and I'm pinching my fingers and my fingernails and on that fold, you see? Pinching it really, really hard, and then I'm going to flip it over and pinch it the other way. Oh, you're doing 2. Awesome, bullocks. All right, so I've pinched that, or you can just cut it if you need a smaller piece of paper. Now, what's happened is I've weakened that paper, and I can take it and really slowly, check it out, I can rip it. We'll see if it rips straight-ish. Oh, here he goes. Ha-ha. Now I can stick that right there. Can you guys see? And now I just need this little bit of a corner, so I'm going to do the same thing with this paper. I'm going to make a little square just to cover that little bit of cardboard that I still need done. So I'm pinching it with my fingernails really hard on there. Then I'm going to flip it. Do another one. And then, all right. Now I have all of it covered, and I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to tape it down. Let's see if I can do this and hold it up and show you guys at the same time. Woo! Going to tape these pieces of paper all together. You don't necessarily have to tape them into the box, but you can if you want to make it more sturdy. I'm just going to tape them all together so that they cover this whole bottom portion of my box. Haha. There we go. See how the entire bottom portion of my box is all now black. Okay? You can tape it into the box if you want. I just taped the pieces together. So you want that whole thing to be black. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to use your cling wrap. Okay? This is that clear kind of stuff that you might cover your leftovers with. Do you see it? Woo! Now, you have to be careful with this, and you may need an adult's help, because you know what it likes to do, even for me? It likes to cling, which is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to cling like to a side of a bowl, but what it likes to do is cling to itself. Do you see that? So if I accidentally fold it, it's going to cling to itself, and it's hard to get undone. So I'm going to now cut it. What we're going to do is you need a little bit of cling wrap over each edge. So start from here over to here, okay? And then you're going to tape all 4 sides down and make it as straight and as flat as possible, that cling wrap. All right? So I'm going to tear this. The nice thing is usually on these cling wrap type things is it comes with a little serrated, kind of like a little knife on the side. So you have to be really careful with that. I have cut myself on this serrated edge before. So again, you may need an adult person's help to cut this. All right, so I'm going to try and get it out on top of my box from one side to the other, and it wants to cling to itself. Haha. Yes, so I'm testing it to see if I am covering the entire hole and still on the cardboard part. And then I'm going to serrate, cut it with the little teeth on the box, and try not to have it touch itself, because then it sticks to itself. Now, some of your cling wrap may be big enough to just do one across. We'll see if mine is big enough. All right, I'm going to start on this end down here, and I'm going to tape it to the cardboard. So the plastic, ooh, let's see if you guys can see that. So here's the edge of the plastic and then the cardboard. I'm going to tape the plastic down onto the cardboard. It's kind of hard to do with me holding it up, so I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to take a big piece of tape and try and tape that all the way down. All right, can you see what I did? So I taped, well, you can't because it's clear, but I taped it all the way down on the cardboard, okay? Now I'm gonna stretch it across, and I might need another piece, possibly. Yes, I will need 2 pieces, it looks like. Eventually. I'm gonna do this side now. So again, I'm trying to like make a window, essentially is what you're doing. You're making a clear window for those heat rays, right, to go into the box through your clear window you're making with your clear contact, or excuse me, clear cling wrap plastic. Now I'm going to do this side. And again, you want your window you're making to be as straight as possible. Now, do you notice something? I have a hole. My cling wrap is not big enough. So I'm going to need to do another piece of cling wrap, because if I leave it like this, all those hot air molecules that are coming in from the sun are going to escape out this hole. So I need to do another piece of plastic to complete my window. It's all right, Baker family, if you can't find the black paper, it will still work. It will just work probably slower if you don't have black paper. The black paper helps keep the heat in a little bit better, but if you just have cardboard, that will work too. All right. More cling wrap. Here we go. All right, it's long enough, it looks like. Try not to get it to cling to itself. Lay it down. Aha. Now what it's going to do is it's going to cling to that other piece of cling wrap, and that's okay. Woo. That is tape going off of the tape dispenser. Camden, I'm on a live Facebook. All right, so I am trying to tape all these sides down. I'm folding it in a little bit so I can, on the edges, so I can tape them down because it wanted to hang off. One more piece of tape and then I'll show you my completed window. Haha. All right. Now, my window on that lid, that part we cut out, is complete. See? It's all the way taped down, and I can't, oh, there goes my black paper. I can't get any air through because I've made a window of the cling wrap, okay? So this is what it looks like now on the top. There's your little window. So I'm going to put my black paper back in. Maybe I should have taped it. I did not tape it. Okay. Your next thing you're going to do is insulate it. Okay. Insulation helps keep the heat in even more. Okay. So like on a whale, they have a lot of blubber on their outside of their body as insulation. So like on my arm, if I had a lot of blubber or fat, hopefully not blubber, but fat on my arm, it would keep my arm warm. It acts as an insulator, or like a blanket or a sweater. Okay, so we are going to take newspaper, and we are going to, I'm going to take probably 2 or 3 thicknesses of newspaper. This is a great way when you get these things come in the mail, read through the ads, and then you're going to roll them up. So I'm going to roll it up long ways, because where it's going to go is along the sides of the inside of your box. Okay, so I'm going to roll it up into little rolls. Haha. Now I'm going to put it, oh, see, you can still see me. I'm going to put it along here on the bottom. It's a little bit long, and so I'm going to tuck it. You see, I'm going to tuck the little corners. Now I have 3 more I'm going to put down that I already rolled, because I really don't have that many pieces of newspaper. All right, so I have 3 more because you want it on all of the sides. I'm going to show you. All right, look at this. So on all 4 sides, I have newspaper. Can you guys see it? Along the sides. Now I'm going to close this box. I'm going to keep the newspaper in there. The sides of the box kind of have to go on the outside of the newspaper. And I'll show you once it's all closed what it looks like. Woohoo! Get in there. Oh no! One of my cards, it's trying to go through. All right, that part's kind of tricky because as you see, I have the bottom part of the box coming up here. I have the top trying to go down, and that top needs to go down between the cardboard and this newspaper. So all the way around, wah, 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 I have newspaper. So we cut a hole out, right? And we took that hole and we wrapped it in aluminum foil. Here it is, right? And then we made a window with our cling wrap on that lid. We made a black layer on the bottom if you happen to have black paper. Then I took some newspaper and did all the way around. Now, years ago when I did this, I didn't know the newspaper trick. So if you don't have newspaper, again, that's okay. It just adds a little bit of insulation to help keep that heat even more inside. Now, what you're gonna do is take that lid that you covered with aluminum foil, and you're gonna stick it onto the box. Now, here's the part that opens. You're gonna go on the other side, on the hinge side, okay? So here's the box opening. I'm going to lay it down right here, and I'm going to, let me show you where I'm laying it. I'm putting it right, almost like I'm gonna put it back in, okay, without breaking that window. I'm gonna put it there, and then I'm going to tape right here. Let's see if I can tape it. I'll hold it with my chin. Whoop. I'm going to tape it in place. And that tape, when it's taped both on the outside part of the box and this inside part, is going to act like a hinge, like in your door, right? Or like your elbow that's going to come up and down. So I just taped it down, and close it, and there. See how it's hinged now? So that then that sun can come in both this way into your window and bounce off and then in, right? So that you don't lose any of that sunshine rays to try and heat up your solar oven. Now, here's the next trick. How do you get this part to stay up, right? It's not gonna stay up because if I let it go, it's just gonna go down. So if you have a ruler or maybe even like a long skewer or another stick, maybe you can find a stick in the backyard, something that's about 12 inches long, so that's why I'm using a ruler. because that is what we need. So I'm going to use some tape, and I'm going to tape this ruler. I need a smaller piece of tape. If you had some Scotch tape, that would be even better, which I had somewhere. And I'm going to stick it. Do you see where? Oh, let me move it down. So I'm going to tape it here, and you're going to later tape it here. But right now I'm going to just tape it to the top of my box. Here, let me turn it to get a different view. I'm taping it there. So I taped it, the ruler to the top of the box. Now, you can just try, like stick it, let me show you where I stuck it. In between the ridges, like here's the lid and the bottom, and I stuck it there. But you know what I found out when I was doing it yesterday? The wind would pick up and go like that. And then I was losing all of this part. Can I repeat that? Tape on the hinge side, not on the hinge. Yes, okay. Let me. So tape. All right, here's the opening of the box, right? And this is your hinge of your box, okay? Now, you're going to make another hinge. Your lid hinge or your aluminum foil hinge is going to, on this same part, you're going to kind of halfway put tape. So you're going to want either a big piece of tape that can go all the way this way or a lot of little tape that can go this way. And you need about half of it on the aluminum foil side and the other half on the outside part of the box. Does that make sense? All right. And then you stick your stick, whatever it is. And what I found is I take tape after I'm all done outside and I set it down and I tape it. Come on, box, go down. Like, the newspaper doesn't want me to have this box go down. There we go. Outside, I tape this this bottom of the ruler or stick to the bottom of it so that the wind doesn't take it, okay? So everything's staying in place. All right, so what you want to do is, if my lamp over here is the sun, so here's my lamp, right? Let me bring it in. So if this is the sun, you want to look outside and figure out where the sun is. And you want your opening, right, like a mouth, to be eating the sun, towards the sun. So you want your opening towards the sun. If I go like this, I'm not going to get as many sun rays, right? So I need it to turn and go with the sun, right? All right, so a couple of things that I have made in solar ovens is quesadillas and s'mores. Let me scroll down, see if there's any other comments. Tape on that. All right, so I'm going to show y'all two projects or two yummy things to make. All right, first, for lunch yesterday, we made quesadillas. So you can use a plate if you want on there. I did just because I wanted to. But if you don't have a plate, that's okay. You can just stick it straight on your pizza box. So I'm using a plate just to be able to demonstrate to you. You put it one tortilla down. I'm using flour tortillas, but you could use corn or the mixture. I've already washed my hands before our Facebook Live, right? At least 20 seconds. I said the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. And if you say both, you have washed your hands long enough that you are all clean. All right. Here we go. All right. You sprinkle your cheese on top. Beautiful. And then you just stick the other tortilla on top. Yep. It took us yesterday, it was about 90 degrees, right around noon, so at kind of when the sun is at the top of the sky, and it took us about 45 minutes to get our cheese hot enough where it melted and we could eat it. Okay? It doesn't really brown your tortilla. That's not what happens like on your stove. but it does melt the cheese, and it's pretty good. All right, the next thing is that we also had yesterday for our family was s'mores. So you need, right, a piece of graham cracker. I'm going to cut it in half. And then some Hershey bars or Reese's Buttercups. I've seen all sorts of yummy things for s'mores. I am a Hershey's fan. So I put my Hershey's on, and I like lots of chocolate. So I'm going to put 2 pieces of Hershey's on and cover my half of graham cracker, right? Then I've got a big old marshmallow, and I'm going to stick it on top. That's it, okay? Do not put your other piece of graham cracker on yet. And again, this one took us about 30 minutes outside. And what happened was, really, a lot of times when you're camping and you roast a marshmallow, it's going to get like brown or black or catch on fire. It's not going to do that inside your solar oven, okay? Really, all that's going to happen is your chocolate's going to melt. And you kind of look at it. It's not going to be all runny until you kind of smush that marshmallow down, and then it's going to out, okay? And then you put your other graham cracker on, and it will smush, and it will be chocolatey and gooey and delicious yumminess. So I hope you guys will all make solar ovens this summer. If you didn't make one today during class, that's okay. Whoops, you can make one later. So I would just stick your food right in here. Oh, let me move this. I'm going to put which one is that? That one's this one. It wants to escape, but I need it to insulate, so I'm going to stick it back in. Graham cracker, chocolate, and s'more and marshmallow right in there. Going to close it up. Okay. Woo. And now I'm going to face it as much as I can, right, towards the sun, so it will catch those sun rays. I hope you guys had fun today doing pizza box oven solar ovens and learn some things about why and how they work. And if you guys, yes, cool. If you don't have a pizza box, you can always use a different kind of box. It just needs to hold everything for you. So yeah, you could totally just cut off the top of a different kind. And people are ready to make s'mores. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, if you guys want to, in the comments later, send pictures of your box ovens and your delicious concoctions that you make in your box ovens. It doesn't even have to be this week, even later next week or sometime in the summer. Post to Tech Lab Austin STEAM Camp. We would love to see them. Check out all of our other fun adventures and Nova Awards and other free events that we're doing for the rest of the summer. Thank you all so much. Bye, everybody.